Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, MegaCrasher is here, and I present you guys with something that is pretty damn interesting. Now, we are on the official Facebook page of Pokemon Go International, and amidst all of the controversy and all of the drama that's been taking place in that community over the last several days due to the changes that Pokemon Go has made, Pokemon Go has actually responded with a Facebook post. Now, I know that in my last two videos about Pokemon Go, I went shirtless maniac mode and I was kind of savage, right? But this video right here, I'm going to be calm, professional, and call things right down the middle, but I am going to put in my 2 cents personally on what I think about this whole issue. Trainers, as many of you know, we recently made some changes to Pokemon Go. We have removed the 3-step display in order to improve upon the underlying design. The original feature, although enjoyed by many, was also confusing and did not meet our underlying product goals. We will keep you posted as we strive to improve this feature. We have limited access by third-party services which were interfering with our ability to maintain quality of service for our users and to bring Pokemon Go to users around the world. The large number of users have made the rollout of Pokemon Go around the world an interesting challenge. And we are not done yet. Yes, Brazil, we want to bring the game to you and many other countries where it is not yet available. We have read your posts and emails, and we hear the frustrations from folks in places where we haven't launched yet. And for those of you who miss these features, we want you to know that we've been working crazy hours to keep the game running as we continue to launch globally. If you haven't heard us tweeting much, it's because we've been heads down working on the game. But we'll do our best going forward to keep you posted on what's been going on. Be safe, be nice to your fellow trainers, and keep on exploring the Pokemon Go team. Okay, so I first off want to say that I thought that it was really cool that Pokemon Go themselves had actually responded to the criticisms and to the controversy that is in the Pokemon Go community because of these changes. Now, I will say that the frustrations that some of these people have is kind of justified, and I'm going to say why that is right now. So, the first thing, actually, if we go ahead and highlight this, a lot of the reason why people are frustrated is because of this reason right here, in my opinion. The fact that they removed the 3-step display in order to improve upon the underlying design. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by underlying design. Are they talking about underlying design of the game, the graphics, the Pokemon? Like, there isn't much detail, if not any at all, in this first paragraph here. So they removed the 3-step display completely from the game, rather than fixing the glitch, meaning that we would not be able to know if we were getting closer or farther away from the Pokemon by having the steps increase or decrease. Instead of removing a feature that is actually needed in-game for trainers to track down rare Pokemon that spawn, you should fix it. I mean, yeah, sure, I can understand that the game is brand new and all that stuff, but I think that it should have been released as a beta type first. That way, you guys could test the game out first, for any bugs, for any glitches, things like that. But you guys kind of released it like as an alpha, as the game. You know what I mean? Now, sure, like it's a game that you can automatically download updates for when they come out. Don't get me wrong, that's pretty damn awesome. But I think that removing a very crucial part of the game that allows for us to track down rare Pokemon was kind of not a good move. And I mean, that's when Pokevision sort of cropped up and was like, hey, you know, like this right here is an issue, and we're going to help you guys out profit-free. We're not making any money off of you guys. So Pokevision was essentially a buffed-up version of the 3-step display that was in Pokemon Go. And what this does is it allows for you to pick a location, preferably the location of your residence, where you're living. And you would be able to track down Pokemon that are spawned nearby you. And what was even better about this is it actually had the spawn times on it, meaning that you could actually see when the Pokemon is going to despawn. So it allowed for you to pace yourself, so to speak, when it comes to going towards catching that Pokemon. Now, of course, Pokevision had to shut down because of Niantic's wishes to shut down and to shut it down, all that stuff. And on top of that, they ended up removing the 3-step display as well. So we kind of ended up getting lost in the dark. Like, literally, it's like when we see a silhouette of a rare Pokemon that is in the nearby list, we literally don't know where to go. And that is part of why a lot of the community is pissed off and have been demanding things like refunds. It's been absolutely crazy. Now, I'm confused about the whole underlying design thing, as I said before, but, whatever. Let's see here. The original feature, although enjoyed by many, was also confusing and did not meet our underlying product goals. Now, this right here, again, it's like you're not going into detail about what you're talking about here. What do you mean by it was confusing and did not meet your underlying product goals? Like, a little bit more detail in this explanation would have been nice, because it would have more likely than not answered our questions and concerns about what was going on with Pokemon Go and, this 3-step design, the 3-step display, all that stuff, tracking. But it's sort of like this paragraph right here kind of left us with even more questions rather than answers. You know what I mean? So that right there, I mean, I'm just sort of like, I'm not sure if you guys really did that good of a job explaining the concerns in that regard, because literally all you said was 2 sentences. We have removed the 3-step display in order to improve upon the underlying design. Okay, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by the underlying design? The original feature, although enjoyed by many, was also confusing and did not meet our underlying product goals. Again, what are you talking about in that regard? What are you talking about by confusing, and what are you talking about when it comes to underlying product goals? Like, I'm confused from what that statement reads right there. So, let's move on to the second paragraph here. We have limited access by third-party services which were interfering with our ability to maintain quality of service for our users and to bring Pokemon Go to users around the world. Now, I can understand that the servers, are pretty crappy at times, because I remember when Pokemon Go first was released, people were complaining up and down the wazoo about the servers, how they were constantly crashing, and Poodlecorp even ended up hacking the servers, I can't remember if it was because Poodlecorp ended up hacking the servers or if it was something else. But I remember one time I was down at the waterfront and the servers were down for hours. So, yeah, I mean, like, people can be frustrated about the lack of the strength of the servers, considering that this, again, is still a brand new game and should have honestly been released as a beta test. So that way you guys could also test the strengths and the weaknesses of the servers. So that way you guys can go in the right directions and stabilize the servers so that they won't keep on crashing and all that stuff. Now, what else were they saying? Oh, yeah, they were saying third-party services as well. So third-party services, we're talking about Pokevision here. This is the part of the video where I talk about Pokevision here. So Pokevision, as I've said before, is a third-party, non-profit website that allowed for us to track down Pokemon in pretty precise locations in comparison to the 3-step display. And also, what was even better about it was they had times beside it until the Pokemon despawned. Now, apparently Niantic didn't like that for whatever reason. Now, I personally didn't see really that much of an issue with it, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I can understand if, they were making money off it, like if you had to pay to use that service, I could understand, why they shut down all that stuff. But it's a non-profit website that just wanted to help out and assist trainers that was looking for Pokemon and to bring more trainers to the game, because when trainers see a new and improved device to find Pokemon, that's going to bring more people together to the table when it comes to playing Pokemon Go. But when you remove the 3-step display instead of fixing the glitches that's in it, and you also get sites like Pokemon Vision to shut down, it's like that right there is what pissed off a lot of people, is because they don't know where they're going when it comes to tracking down Pokemon. And isn't that the purpose of the game? To catch them all? You know? I kind of don't understand at the same time why Niantic wanted Pokevision to shut down, considering that Pokevision was actually, in my opinion, helping Niantic and helping Pokemon Go, and doing so free of charge, free of profit, all that stuff. So I kind of felt like that this right here was one of the biggest bits that pissed off the community. So they've heard and read and acknowledged our emails and posts and all that stuff. And I thought that it was good enough for them to make a response out of this and to shed. Well, I don't want to say that they shed quite a bit of light on this, because quite honestly, these two paragraphs right here are extremely vague. I mean, they didn't really have any detail and any ways of answering us straight up, or at least giving us a partial answer. So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about this? I mean, like, without Niantic, Pokemon Go wouldn't even exist. Okay, Niantic created a goddamn good game in Pokemon Go, and I think it's pretty damn cool that they did exactly that. And they did something that no other video game, in my opinion, has ever done. And that is the combination of bringing people together and encouraging exercise by walking, catching Pokemon, and hatching eggs. I think Niantic did a bang-up job with this game, even though it appears to be unfinished right now because of what is going on and all that stuff. But nonetheless, any game that is fresh and any game that is released is more likely than not going to have their issues. And Pokemon Go is no exception. So I can understand where people are coming from when it comes to the frustrations of the Pokemon Go and what's going on and all that stuff. But at the same time, I'm just thinking, okay, look, like, I understand where you guys are coming from. I really am. I mean, hell, I made 2 rage videos on Pokemon Go, for God's sakes. But that was when I was in my MegaCrasher character. And that was also the purpose of summing up how a lot of people felt about Pokemon Go and how they want to express themselves and all that stuff. But this right here, being professional, neutral, right down the middle, I can honestly say that I do hope that Pokemon Go and Niantic really picks up the pace, and I hope that they include a tracking system in the game that is actually better than the 3-step design, that is actually just as good or almost as good as the way that Pokevision was, where it allows for you to see spawn times on the Pokemon that spawn nearby and where their exact locations are. I think, honestly, that would be really cool, and that would be something that I feel would quell a lot of the Pokemon community's rage, you know what I mean? Like, I think that this right here would, in fact, be a good idea if Pokemon Go actually applied a similar tactic when it comes to tracking Pokemon, such as what Pokevision did. Now, again, I think it's a real shame that Pokevision shut down because they want to respect Niantic's wishes, even though they weren't making any money off of it, any profit whatsoever. I mean, sure, like from what I was told anyways, they had a donate button, meaning that it was optional, but they technically weren't making money for giving you guys service because, they were... They didn't say up front, oh, hold up a sec, you got to pay $5, you got to pay $10, $20 to use our service. Now that right there, like I said, that would be scummy. That would be a big reason to shut down a website like that. But they were just helping out, in my opinion. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. So I do hope that you enjoyed this, hopefully this quick video here. I kind of did this on the spot, and I apologize for kind of looking, a little bit crappy. I just woke up, and I got to go get ready for work. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you fire off a like. Let's see if we can aim for a modest, well, say 15 likes, because this video is not really anything too special. I mean, it has... Pokemon Go themselves responding to the community's criticisms and concerns. But other than that, it's just me giving my 2 cents on the whole thing. Like I said, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next upload. Thank you guys very much for watching. Take care. See you next time.